know what time it is.
Time to stand up and speak your mind. In this elitist jungle, keep the beats alive. Whether yoga or doja that keeps you high. Gotta stay up, cause on the street you die. Time to wake up and see the light. Stop counting sheep, seize your life. Free your eyes and see suns rise on the horizon. Where the street meets the sky. The master's ignorance feeds our master's greed.
What's going on, guys? How's it going? Coming to you on a Sunday afternoon. Little baby girl got picked up earlier and got me some mud. The Bucks. Went to the Bucks. Yeah. So, let's see. Wanted to get in here and get in on a little podcast today. Jump in the pod and dive. I'm having a tough day today. You know, I'm having one of those days where it's just blah. So, no real topic. I don't really have a topic today. I just wanted to get in and talk to you guys a little bit because I was having kind of a tough day. You know, some things are coming up today, and I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit. Share with you guys. You know, not every day is fucking butterflies and rainbows, man. You know? Sometimes stuff comes up, man, and it's not like childhood stuff, you know? To be honest, man, so these things, they come in waves, right? Things come in waves, and I'm having a wave today. And I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling down. I'm feeling hurt. It's from this past relationship that I was in. You know, this romantic relationship with this woman. And anyway, you know, it's interesting. Like I said, it comes in waves, and it's really interesting because you get to a point where you're like, you know what, man, I'm good. You know, I'm good. Months go by and time goes by, and you think you're okay. And then something will pop up. Something will happen, and I don't even know if I can identify what it is. You know? It just, like I said, just kind of came over me. It kind of came over. Maybe I had a dream. Maybe it was a dream. Did I have a dream this morning? Maybe it was a dream. I don't know, man. I'm bummed. You know, I'm bummed, man. Like, I wanted the thing to work. I wanted it to work. And maybe that's part of the problem. You know, we want something to work so bad. And maybe that's part of my inner stuff, right? That's part of my insecurity. That's part of my that's part of my projection, right? Because I want the thing to work. And God, we're so close to being so great together. Right? I mean, and that's the other part about it too, that, you know, there's work involved in relationships, but it comes from both sides. It has to be reciprocal. You have to choose me. I choose you, you choose me, we choose each other, and then we get to work. Man, and like I said, it hit me today. Hit me today. Fucking shit hurts, man. This shit hurts sometimes, man. Like, you know, shit hurts. So I wanted to reach out to you guys and check in and just jump in here and show my soft side, show the sensitive side. You know, I was running around today. I was like, maybe I'll just journal. I had a weak ass journal entry this morning. You know, maybe it's been building. This week has kind of been, I've been pretty busy this week, you know, and I kind of been off my game this week a little bit. Not getting up super early this week, you know, been kind of sleeping in a little bit. Haven't been getting to the gym every morning. You know, I've been staying up late working on these podcasts a lot and working on the other podcasts that I'm doing. You know, and just this week kind of got a little slow, got a little behind on my discipline program, and it happens, you know. And so today, after baby girl got picked up, and I was like, all right, man, I'm going to go to the gym. Hey, take my ass to the gym, you know. And I've been eating like shit this week a little bit. Not horribly. Well, I don't want to make any excuses. I've been eating like shit this week. And that's my thing. Since I put down the drink, you know, I can eat, you know, and eating is comfort for me. It always kind of has been. And I can sabotage myself by eating when I'm not doing these things like going to the gym every day. And so I got my ass to the gym today after little baby girl got picked up, and that felt really good, man. I got in there and I crushed it. Got my sweat on, did the routine at the gym, and it felt really good. And then I was on the way to the gym. When it kind of came over me. And I was like, maybe I'm just feeling down on myself a little bit because I've kind of been slacking this week a little bit in the gym and stuff like that. And sometimes these things build a little bit, you know, when you get off your routine and you kind of get off a little bit, and these things build. And so maybe I'm feeling a little sorry for myself, and it's a little depression is happening. And so maybe it just sort of is accumulated this week, you know, and I decided to get back out there and start dating again. And I've been, you know, talking to a couple of people and been going on some dates, you know, and maybe some of this stuff is bringing up some old stuff with them. And it's, you know, and that can be tricky too. You have to not project onto them the things that came up in your old relationships. And you really have to dive into yourself and go, holy crap, okay, that's not them. They're not doing that. That's from previous stuff. And so maybe that's a part of it too. You know what I mean? I'm sort of like, hey, I like this person, and maybe some old stuff is coming up a little bit, right? And it's reminding you, hey, you're human, and hey, but don't project, and you know, and that could be part of it, you know. You know, the fear kicks in, right? That fear of rejection kicks in, and that man, I want you to like me, and I want to be honest and open, and it's tricky. It's tricky out here, man. It can be tricky. And so maybe it's all part. I mean, obviously all of it's part of it. It's all part of the game, right? It's all part of this game of life. You know? And I know God's working on me. You're working on me, God. And I know that when things don't happen on the timeline I want them to happen, it's because God has work for me to do. God still has more work for me to do. In the interim, in the in-between, while you're waiting, embrace the wait, and learn patience, and ask God what what is it you're working on? Because when you're waiting and He wants you to wait, and He's not giving you the next thing just yet, that's because He's working on you. He wants you to build your character, and He wants you to build your skills so that when the next thing comes up, you're ready. And I think that's what's happening too. That's why this thing is coming up today. God is like, okay, remember, dude, here's this. Don't forget about this thing. Don't forget about that feeling. You want to pay attention, right? Make sure that who's showing up for you is showing up for you. Make sure that you're in a place where you're available. Do you have some tears that need to be shed today? Do you need shed some tears? Well, then let's get in there. You still have some hurt you need to handle and you need to deal with? Well, let's get in there and face that. Don't shove it down. Let it out. Right? Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe there's a little bit of some of this leftover residual that that I need to shed. Maybe some tears I need to shed. And get on my knees again. Yeah, it sucks. It can be challenging, man, when these things come up. You can see I'm in my thoughts. I'm in my head, and yeah, it hurts. It hurts when you lose something, and grief and loss. Man. Yikes. So, yeah, hurt and pain. These relationships, man. And they're difficult. So, get in those comments. Tell me about when you were hurt, You got some stuff lingering? You got some pain lingering? Yeah, you haven't dealt with? You got some tears that need to be shed? You go in the room and cry it out? It's possible. Might need to happen. And it's one of those things. As soon as you think you've shed them all, like I don't have any more tears left to give, and then it'll wave, And it's interesting. You think about those waves, they're really sharp at first, right? They hit hard, bang, and then they drop back down, bang, and it comes up. But then as time goes by, they lower, right? And then they lower. And I'm on one of these little ones. I got a little wave that came in, just a little one today. And it's like, it never goes flat, right? Never goes flat. When you love someone and you share your heart with them, it never goes away. They'll always have a piece of you. There's always a piece in here, always. It never goes away. Think about that, right? I mean, maybe the hurt goes away and all you remember then, right? The pain part goes away and it doesn't hurt as bad. But you can remember in your mind, you go think back and go, oh yeah, that really sucked. That was difficult. And sometimes it's good to remember those things because you think back to a previous relationship you were in and like, fuck. Like, okay, I'll share with you. So I'm pretty sure that I was married, right? And that marriage ended. That relationship was really toxic. That marriage ended. And when that marriage ended, that's when I dove into the bottle. I mean, that's when I stripped off all my clothes. I dove down in there and was like, I'm going to see if I could get to the bottom of this damn thing. And some bitch I did. I went down to the bottom of that bottle, right? Like the bottom of the tequila bottle, and where the worm is, that mezcal got the worm. I was down there dancing with the worm, making love to the worm. Me and the worm's having a relationship, sets the bottoms of the mezcal's bottles. Whoo, hey girl, that's a nasty. You don't want to get intimate with that worm. No. No. But yeah, talking about the worm, I lost track of what I was saying. But yeah, I mean that I dove into that bottle, and that relationship really screwed me up for a long time. And it wasn't until a year into my sobriety that it dawned on me, oh shit, we do drink the pain away. We do drink the pain away, and this was the thing that caused it. But those waves still come up from that relationship. But they're not as difficult. Oh, that's just dawned on me again. The thing that I was going to say was, it reminds me, hey, I made it through that. Yeah, I drank for a decade afterwards really hard, but I made it through that too and found my way into I found my way to Alcoholics Anonymous, and I found my way back into God. I found my way back from the depths of, from the depths of the abyss. I came back, and that really helps on days like these when it's a smaller wave. You go, you know what? Okay, it's a smaller wave. And that smaller wave also reminds you, hey, the waves are small now, right? It's not a life or death wave anymore. It's a smaller wave. I can handle, I can deal, and I'm moving forward. We're pressing, and they're going to come up. But hey, right? Remember those old relationships, man. And remember, hey, you made it through that one. So when you're in the thick of it right now and it feels like it's overwhelming and you can't make it, remember, think back. I've made it through this before, right? Shit, that previous one was probably more difficult than this one. This one was much better. This relationship was much better. And so that's where, right? And that's where God comes in and says, hey, take a pause to remind you, hey, we're on a beat right now, right? There's more work to be done. You've got a little bit more inside there you got to handle, okay? And that's why I'm bringing this up. I'm showing it to you today, right? What are you going to do? Okay, remember, you got to face this. You're out there, right? You're out there. I've introduced you to a couple of potential matches, right? And you're doing really good. You're paying attention. You're communicating. You're being open with these other people. They're being open with you. They're different than this last one. But hey, remember that little bit? There's a little something in there. Oh, okay. Pay attention to that. Okay. What is it that you need to do? Okay. There's still a little tiny bit of work. Take that. Go shed the tears. Hit the journal. Get on your knees. Ask me for more guidance. Here it is. Get on your podcast. Share with your folks. Right? And you got a little bit in there. Don't bring this to the table to these other women. Don't bring this to the table. Right? Oh, okay. That's what it is. See, I might be having a moment here with you guys right now. I'm working it out, sharing with you. I'm journaling with you guys right now. Right? I'm working it out. As I'm talking with you, it's like a verbal journal. Oh, it's dawning on me. What's happening? Oh, right? Don't bring this to the table. You got a little bit more work to do, right? Yeah, it's a small wave. You've done the bulk of the work. You've done the bulk, but there's obviously a little something in there. What is it? Okay, some sadness. Well, don't project that sadness onto these other to these other potential matches, right? Make sure you're handling that. Go in there and shed those tears. See, we're getting somewhere, right? Miss that person today. Miss her. I miss her. It's okay to miss that person. You miss them. Relationship ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. That doesn't mean you don't miss that connection you had, that bond, And then you go in your head like, it was really close. That was really close. Almost hit the mark. We almost hit the damn mark. I worked hard. I put in a lot of work to maybe I got to find a little forgiveness. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe I got to forgive myself. Hey, Jay. Hey, Jason, I forgive you, Jason. And hey, old girl, I forgive you, old girl. You weren't quite ready for someone like me, and that's okay. And that's that's not conceited. That's not conceited. I'm on a different level. And it became clear to me, I'm on a different level. I'm in a different place. And you've got some work to do. And I wanted to wait, and I wanted to be patient, and I wanted it to work, and I gave it a good go. But you got a little bit more you got to do for you before you can get into a relationship with someone like me. And those are boundaries. Hey, set a boundary, right? Look, I'm unwilling to participate in a relationship where those things continue to happen. So if you want to be in a relationship with me, you got to put in some more work. Okay? You got to put in some more effort. Now, if you're willing and you have the capacity to and you want to and then show effort, okay, cool. But if not, I got to go. I got to go find somebody who can. And those folks are out there. There's a woman out there. There are many women out there. I don't believe in this one soulmate kind of situation. I don't believe in that. I think there are multiple options out there, right? Maybe there is a soulmate. Maybe I don't want to put it completely out there, but I think that might be a little bit fantasy. There's always work to be done. There's always work to be done. Check out Jordan B. Peterson. He talks a lot about this kind of stuff. Jordan B. Peterson, he's great. 2 books, 12 Rules for Life, and then another book, 12 More Rules. And he talks about relationships quite a bit. And he talks about commitment. You can find him. He's got a bunch of snippets and a bunch of little things, from his talks. He talks a lot, does a lot of lectures. He's a professor at a university. And a lot of his stuff you can find on YouTube too about relationships and partnerships and, stuff like that. I really enjoy a lot of his talks, a lot of his thoughts and ideas. And he talks a lot about the work that it takes. It takes work to be in a committed relationship, a marriage, which is what I want. I want a marriage. I want a real marriage and partnership. And that takes commitment. You have to choose your partner and you have to commit. You can't fix things if you're not committed. If one foot's out the door, always, if you're always looking for an escape, or you got one foot out the door, you're never going to want to fix the problem that's in front of you because you can just bounce. You can just bail. So talk to your folks, man. When you're getting in a relationship, make sure you're clear on what it is that you want out of the relationship. Clear up front from the beginning. Hey, I'm looking for someone who wants to get married. Hey, I'm looking to get married. I'm looking for a commitment. I'm looking to build a life. What do you think about that? What are your values? What does it mean to you? Commitment, right? And also, love isn't enough. It's good to be in love, right? Love helps. Love definitely helps, right? But it's more than just that. I think we've been conditioned to believe that love is the end all be all. And love is great, right? But there's much more. There's commitment, there's communication, there's honesty, right? Willingness, all of these other things that build. There's definitely love and romance, but you have to trust, and there has to be honesty, right? There's a lot more to it than just love. That's real. Those things are real. All of those other things are real. You know? I have to remember that, though, too, for myself, right? I have to remember, too. Shit, I'm this hopeless romantic, man. I love love. And that's part of that conditioning, right? Watching these movies that we watch and these stories that we've been told since we're a little kid, right? This love. I love love. Love is great. You know, but I'm at this point where I want consistency. I want predictability. I want peace. You know? I want smooth. Right? Love can be these high waves, right? We talk about these waves. Love's hot and it gets cold and then it's fucking hot again. And then, you know, I want consistency. I want some nice smooth waves, right? Which doesn't mean that you might not get a little swell every now and then. You might get a little swollen down in the regions. Right? The winds pick up and the swells pick up. All that's true too. All of that's true too. I got to move this back here. I can see the outro coming up. The music kicks in. It's going to interrupt me. Not quite done yet. So, like I said, wanted to jump in here and just get at you guys a little bit. You know, I feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit better. Talking to you guys helps. Like I said, I like doing this. I like sharing with you guys. You know, and maybe we've come to some stuff. Maybe we came to some clarity here. Maybe you understood me and you know, get in those comments. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on with you. You had a good day, you had a bad day. You know, share with me some stuff. You know, this is about connection. This podcast is about connection. That's what I feel like. Being authentic. I'm working on being my authentic self in all things. In this podcast, out in the world, with in a relationship. I want to be me all the time. I want to be Jason. I want to be the Berg. You know? Authenticity. Brene Brown talks about being authentic, you know, being vulnerable, you know, being imperfect. We are imperfect. Our imperfections are what make us human. You know, we want someone to like us and we put on our best face, right? We put on our best face, you know, and we don't want to be vulnerable, you know, and sometimes it's scary out there. You know, but connection. I want to connect with you guys. I want you guys to connect with me. You know, I want you to see that there are real people out here that are struggling, like myself. You know, and I want to share with you guys about that. You know, let you see me, you know, work on the things and you know, and I jump in these podcasts and I talk shit and, you know, and we laugh and we joke and I talk about getting uncomfortable and, you know, but every now and then, you know, dude, I'm just a human. And as strong as I want to be this strong man, you know, I have vulnerability. You know, that's the thing about some of these relationships, right? With women, right? And you girls, you ladies, you women have an idea of what us men should be. You have an expectation, right? A lot of women, you know, think about the movies we watch and these characters, and I hold myself to that standard too, right? This strong man idea, right? Coming in on a white horse. You know, maybe you'd rather see us die on that white horse than fall off of it. But we fall off, and we're afraid to fall off in front of you because we're afraid that you're not going to like us anymore. And that's really true a lot of times. That's really true. Oh, we want a guy to be sensitive. Do you? Because when he gets fucking sensitive, then you lose your attraction? Fuck. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. You know? Fuck. I can be a needy little bitch sometimes. There's a little kid in me that needs to be loved and nurtured and cared for. And as much as I want to put on this front and fucking tough and badass and fucking tough, I'll take on the world. Fucking bullshit, dude. There's a little, shit. There's a little boy inside all of us. Every single man has a little boy inside of us. Every one of you. Right? It's the ego that puffs up the chest, and the ego gets out in front. And the ego wants to protect little Jay. Little Pooh Bear. That's what I call him. Little Pooh Bear. Little Pooh Bears. Little Pooh Bear. That's who you saw today. That's Little Pooh Bear come out today. Little Pooh Bear's up front today. He's feeling sad and he's feeling afraid. Right? Getting vulnerable. Met a woman he likes, and he's adult Jay met an adult woman that he likes, and he's getting vulnerable with her, right? And he's sharing with her, and she's sharing with him, and he's afraid, right? He's afraid. He doesn't want to get hurt, right? He likes her. She likes him. He hopes she likes him, right? And so that's what's coming up today. Oh shit, Pooh Bear's afraid. Remember that last girl? Okay, so you got to stop and think. You got to stop and talk to your little self, right? Let me just mute that. That way it don't pop up, because we're going in today. You got to talk to yourself, right? Little Pooh Bear's coming up. Little Pooh Bear's scared. Remember that last girl? She hurt us. She hurt us. All right, little Pooh. That's all right. I got you. Little man. It's me and you, dude. I got you. Don't worry. Well, remember, we've been hurt before. Yeah, we have. We have, dude. You know what? But we've learned quite a bit, right? Yeah. Okay. Talk to your little guy. Talk to your little girl, that little one inside you. Talk to him. Don't be afraid not to. Like, for real. Put him in a chair in your mind. Put him in the chair over there. Talk to him. I got you, little man. Where are you at today? What are you telling me? You telling me you're afraid? Okay, listen to him. Yeah, you're afraid. Yeah, we got hurt, huh? Yeah, we did. We got hurt real bad, huh? Yeah. All right, well, it can be different. It can be different this time, little man. Yeah? Yeah, I got you. All right. I just want you to remember, okay? I'm in this heart too. We share this heart. Okay, little man. All right. Little Pooh Bear. Huh. Interesting. See, sometimes these things come up, man. Little PB. Little Pooh. That's what Mom used to call me when I was a kid, Pooh Bear. That's why I call him that. My good friend, he had a nickname when he was a kid that the aunts and uncles and everyone called him when he was a kid. And so when he's talking about when his fears come up and his vulnerabilities come up, that's the name he gives it, because that's who it is. It's the little kid that got hurt, that got traumatized. It's that little kid that pops up in us, right? And that's what happens when we start to get afraid, right? The little person inside of us, that fear, the little kid who got hurt, who can be hurt, pops up, right? And then the ego jumps in to protect that little kid, and that's when you start to go fucking this and that and puffy, or turn around and run, or whatever the things you do, right? Fight, flight, or freeze, right? That's your survival mode, right? Your trauma response and your survival mode, right? Me, I'm a fighter. I fight first, right? Anger pops up, and the anger is to cover the fear, right? There's fear, and then anger pops up. And then I get loud, and then I fight. Oh, hell no. Hail to the no. Fuck off, back off. Don't you fuck with me. Right? And that's ego. You know, I've learned over the years that when that starts to come up, it's like, oh, you know what? I'll be back. I gotta go. Let me split and I'll be back. Okay? I gotta split right now. Because if I stay right here, I'm gonna fucking get into it with some shit's gonna come out of my mouth that I can't take back. Whew, that's tough too. How much shit's come out of this mouth that I couldn't take back, man? How much shit's come out of your mouth, right? Or do you freeze? Maybe you freeze. Maybe you cry. That's another thing, right? I get angry. Maybe some of you cry. And that's kind of another thing you cry. And then when you start crying, people stop telling you what they want because now they feel sorry for you. That's another tactic. That's another, manipulation technique. I get angry and tell you all this about yourself, and and that's not good. That's the cunt. I become a cunt. Maybe you cry, or maybe you just freeze. Right, deer in a headlight. What's your style? Get in your comment. What do? You fighter? Are you a fighter? You a flighter? Or are you a freezer? I found that it's probably best to flight and not run away all the way, but just remove yourself from the situation, right? Think of numbers up top, right? Where are you at? A 0 to 10. Put that up in your mind. Put it up on the wall, imaginary, right? And where are you at? Well, I'm at a 6. I'm getting up to about a 7. Okay, take a breath. Okay, where are you at now? Okay. How do I get back down to a 5? How do I get back down to a 4? Is there anything in there that takes you straight to a 10? Right? See, I figured out recently that I don't just jump to a 10. Okay? If I'm up here and it feels like I'm getting up to 8, 9, 10, and the reason I'm up to 8, 9, 10 is because there were some 3, 4, 5s that I kept my mouth shut about early on. So I'm working on bringing those things. So if something gets me to a 3 or 4, right? Speak up on it right away. Hey, check this out, dude. This thing right here, I just got brought up to a 4, right? And I need to share about how I'm feeling about that, and I need to share the story I'm telling to myself about that early and often of these things, right? Because I have a tendency to, it's no big deal, and I'll minimize myself, minimize my feelings, and just, it's not a big deal. But really it is. And the reason it is because those things will build. 2 4s, 3 4s will build into an 8. And there's an 8 stashed away in there, right? And then all of a sudden that thing pops up again and it goes right to 10. But it's not because it went from 0 to 10. It was an 8. There's an 8 bubbling down there. It's hanging on. It's hanging on. It's hanging on. And then it starts to surface. And then bam, we're at a fucking 10. Fuck. Woo. And that's no good. 10 equals cunt. You fucking, 10 equals I'm fuck you, tear you. I want to tell you what's up. 10 is hell to pay. The rule book's out. Drop the rule book on you, and hell to pay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for letting me talk to you guys. As always, man, I really enjoy bringing this stuff to you. I love you guys getting those comments. Again, tell me you love me. I need to hear that. Let me express my needs. I need to be loved. I need to be nurtured. So if you want to get in those comments and tell me you love me and you want to nurture me, I'd appreciate it. That'd be great. Or if you need to get in those comments and tell me to man the fuck up, whatever. Tell me tell me what's on your mind. Tell me how this podcast makes you feel. Tell me what's on your mind. Fuck it. I'm a big boy. You want to get in there and you want to talk some shit. I might not reciprocate that shit talking. I might not get in there and I'm not going to talk shit back because that getting sucked down into that bull crap. But, freedom of speech. Tell me how you feel, man. Hoping you tell me you love me, pretty please. Little Pooh Bear needs a hug. Huh, Jay, little Jay. I'm going to go give little Jay a hug. Come here, little poop bear. Come here, little man. Here's. Did I tell you about this? Come here, that little poop bear. All right, y'all. Love you guys. Peace.
You know what time it
Time to
is.
stand up and speak your mind. In this elitist jungle, keep the beats alive. Whether yoga or doja that keeps you high. Gotta stay up, cause on the street you die. Time to wake up and see the light. Stop counting sheep, seize your life. Free your eyes and see suns rise on the horizon. Where the street meets the sky.
The masses ignorance